What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Santa1 here, and today, almost dropped the figure we're going to be taking a look at. Today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I honestly had no idea if it was a knockoff or not until I literally found the official stamp floating around here on the actual figure, but you guys can be the judge and tell me about it later. So, anyways, here we have Studio Series Deluxe Class Scrapmetal. Now, he's a cute little dude. I think it's kind of cool that we get this guy. Or this was one of the very first ones that they released for the Combiner Studio Series Devastator. I'm kind of waiting for them to do Infernicus or something else of the cool nature. But anyways, so this figure is one of those figures that is just like, I personally do not remember seeing this guy on screen. But if he was on screen, I mean, it would be, I would love for somebody to tell me down in the comments below, because I do not remember if this guy was on screen or not at all. If he was on screen, I'm pretty positive this was the guy who got killed in order to revive Megatron. Spoiler alert for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. But take note, that movie wasn't exactly the greatest. It was a good movie, just not the best. So, I feel like there should be a couple of cat logos floating around on here. Maybe Marvel could take another hint from themselves and, you know, actually make us an entire yellow version of these guys. So that way we can have ourselves another Studio Series, or not Studio Series, not another Studio Series, another crossover with Tonka. I think that would be really cool to have almost all of the parts done in yellow or done in... not done in green, because they already did that, but done in yellow, and I think it would just make the whole thing just pop. So, basically, this guy is a digger, and there's not really much else to it. He does come with one accessory that's not even really an accessory. It's just a kind of a hidden panel, and this panel's just, it just tabs in on these two spots here and these spots here. And take note, this doesn't really play into effect until we get into Devastator, and we will be going over Devastator in a full-length video. So, but for now, you were going to remove this because this is going to be easier for transformation, but just to get a good look at it, this is the panel. Not particularly something that's, you know, easy to miss, but at the same time, I don't understand why they had to give us a panel and they just couldn't let us have this. So, but anywho, let's get into some scale comparisons. Oh yeah, we all love the scale comparisons around here. We love the scale comparisons. So, here he is next to Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Deluxe Class Sideways, with legs that just refuse to stay put. Nope. There. Close enough. Yeah, this guy's ankles just do not want to stay put. So, but yeah, there he is with Sideways. Here he is with our previous Studio Series Devastator review figure. Here he is with Scrapper. Voyager class Scrapper, or knockoff Deluxe or Voyager Scrapper. And finally, here he is with the big baddie of the movie, aside from him being the big baddie of the movie, not Scrapmetal, but here, Devastator himself. So here he is next to the one who orders him to eat the pyramid. And now that we've gotten all those scale comparisons out of the way and taken a look at the accessory, we're going to now get into the transformation. And as I've said previously, we're going to get him into combine mode first, and this one's a bit of a special combine mode because this one actually has a fan mode, because there's a fan mode on this that I prefer over the official mode. And we'll start with the official mode, then we'll get him into the fan mode. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to take the scoop piece and you're going to want to bring it all the way down for the most part, but you're also going to want to flip out this peg here. Sometimes it helps to use the accessory to flip it out. So you're going to want to flip this out right there just a little bit. Then you're going to come up to the cab section of the dozer or the piece, and you're going to untab it. There's a tab here and there's a tab there, or a slot here, tab there, whatever. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. And then in order to get this piece to fold out, I have problems with getting this piece to come out all the way because it does not like to pop out. One moment. One moment, please. Got it. I had to do it. I had to do something I don't like doing. But you're going to take that, then you're going to basically rotate it, and then rotate it again at the cab, and then it's going to sit like that. And then we're going to basically this is where the modes come into problems here sometimes. Then you're going to come to this one, do the same thing, bring it up, fold out that yellow piece there, and then we're going to untab the legs for a moment here, and you do want to rotate these around. I apologize for that misleading information. You're going to then bring this up, and this will then sit like that. Make sure the legs are then either tabbed back in, if you can get them tabbed back in. If not, do not fret, because we will be doing something very, very cool with them shortly. So, and there you have him in his regular old finger mode. I want to call this the 3-finger digit mode, but I don't know. Now here's where the fan mode comes into play. So you're basically going to take these leg sections of it, you're going to bring them all the way down. I'm going to bring them like so, and then you're going to straighten out the feet. You're going to literally fold out the feet, and then you're going to just angle them like that. Now, where this fan mode works is the aesthetic piece of it. Where it does not work is the transformation portion of it. So, straighten that out, and now he actually has a fully functioning hand. So it actually, can grab onto stuff, So there you have him in the fan mode, and the previous mode was, you know what it was. You know exactly what it was. See, this looks much more this looks like what we saw in the movie. So this I can agree with at the very least. So anywho, now let's get him into his robot mode. Now, to get him from robot mode from this mode is actually fairly easy. So, because basically he's basically in a yoga pose at the current moment. So, to get him out of said yoga pose, we're going to straighten bring the scoop piece down. We're going to come to these shoulder sections here, and we're going to literally just hinge them on in. But before we hinge them on in, I forgot, we're going to take this and push out the chest. I'm going to flip open the chest, flip out the head, rotate it, bring this up, and we're going to then bring that down, and it's going to just rest like that. Then we bring the arms in, like so. I really don't like the sound of that plastic, but hey, if it's official, I can live with it. You're going to take the crotch piece, you're going to tab it in, and then you're going to take these thigh sections and you're going to rotate them around and straighten out the legs just a little bit. Not a lot, but just enough. Don't want a ton of height on this guy. You just want a little bit. So straighten out the legs. Make sure they all look nice and honky-dory. Straighten the arms out. And then he has himself a pair of hands. As one of the more weirder studio series, I must say. And then this one is supposed to just... This is once again where you have to get the parts open. You have to literally get underneath that windshield piece and then flip it out. So that way now he's got both of his hands, and there is a peg here, port there. This is the only place it can go. Right on his arm. And straighten it all out, straighten it down. And here you have Studio Series Scrapmetal in his robot mode. And honestly, I'm really, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel really, really, really stupid for not buying all the Devastator pieces when they came out. Because when I first saw them coming out, I was very, very concerned with how slow these figures were coming out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to wait how long in order to get Devastator? And then they came out with a box set that sold out immediately, and I never got it again. And I never got the opportunity again. So when the opportunity arose to get a couple of knockoff figures that were roughly the same, and I say roughly the same, that are roughly the same size and roughly the same dimensions and roughly the same type of plastic, I say roughly, not exact, not perfect, but roughly. And when I had the opportunity to purchase that for way under the regular Devastator price, I was like, I'm taking it. There's no way I'm passing this up again. So here you have Scrapmetal in his robot mode, and I dig this. I totally dig this for a character, at least to my knowledge, that we never really saw on screen until maybe the final battle. I don't remember. I really don't. Revenge of the Fallen was not a very memorable movie to me. Like, it really wasn't. And I'm just so excited that we got these guys now. So now let's get him into some scale comparisons. We all love those scale comparisons, don't we? So here he is next to First Death. Oh, he's standing. Okay, let's make sure we've got these guys in a decent spot where they can just pose. All right, there we go. So here we have him next to Revenge of the Fallen sideways. Studio series at the very least. Here he is next to one of the other Constructicons. Here he is next to our previous Decepticon Devastator piece. Here he is next to Scrapper. Voyager class Scrapper, to be specifically, or DD02 if you really want to get technical. And finally, last but not leastly, here he is next to big ol' meanie himself. So, yeah. Now, I didn't give Scrapper a ranking, and I'm not going to give any of these Devastator pieces a ranking until the final video. So when we finally go over the final video and assemble the thing all together, and we get all the pieces ready to go, and we get them all taken care of, then I will give everybody their own individual looky-loo. So, this is Thomas Fano 1 here saying, don't forget to check out Planet Toys, a world built by collectors, where you can get most of your Transformers needs, and I will leave a link to where you can get yourself one of these guys if you did miss out on him like I did previously. You do have to pay a slight little bit of a markup, but hey, you're not going to find an official version like this anywhere else boxed. So, but if you do sign up with them, you do get a 10% discount. So, hey, if you do use that 10% discount, you can get this guy for pretty good price. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fano 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe to Optination Reviews, Beastman Reviews, Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with a Y, Riveted Reviews, iStar552, and Bravely GG, along with Take Along Productions, as I know they all have done some amazing work, and I know some of them have some work down in the pipelines, and if you haven't checked out Optination's review of the RoboSen Optimus Prime, then obviously go check it out. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fano 1 saying, don't forget to keep playing with your toys. Don't.